Rude words.
Hello everybody, welcome to Autosave Plays RPG Stuff. That isn't the name of a series because we haven't come up with a name for the series yet because we don't know if it's going to be a series. This is kind of the pilot. Hi, we're going to play an RPG game. I'm Jack.
I'm Charlie.
Yes, there we go. We have also Charlie.
Yeah.
Charles.
Hi, yes.
And Rebecca.
Yeehaw!
We really should have talked about how we were going to introduce ourselves before.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
We're fine.
We're good.
Today, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be playing a 2-page RPG designed by Tori, Sheldon, and Joel Ruiz called The Story of Spider Day, which it is described as a D8 game about dying horribly in a losing battle against a giant spider. That sounds fun, right, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just spoiled
My favorite way to die.
just spoiled the ending, but it's no.
That's the point. It's literally the point, Charles. Charles is literally the point.
I mean, some of you all have never played Halo Reach, and it shows.
Some of y'all have never listened to the hit new tabletop RPG actual play podcast, Critical Bits, and it shows.
This game is based upon Critical Bits. In Critical Bits, April the 17th is Spider Day, which is the memorial day where they celebrate the time that a giant spider attacked their town. And you are one of countless superheroes heeding the call to fight it. Or rather, to fight one of its legs, because that's how big this thing is. Make no mistake, you will perish in the attempt, but perhaps by remembering what you have on the line, you can make a difference when it really counts. So that brings us to character creation. It is rolled much in the same way as it is with other 1 or 2 page RPGs like Honey Heist or Lasers and Feelings. You roll 3d8, and that determines your heroic demeanor, your superpower base, and your tragic twist. Rebecca, you've played this before, so let's begin with you.
Oh, I've already done this.
Oh, you've already done this.
I've
Okay,
already done this.
Should have prepared.
Okay. What is your heroic demeanor?
Aggressive. I
You
rolled
are
a 4, so I'm aggressive.
Aggressive. Okay, what is your superpower base?
I rolled a 2, magical powers.
Excellent, Doctor Strange. I like it. And then for your third twist,
You don't get to know that.
the tragic twist is a secret to be revealed at a story potent point.
We can read off a couple,
just to give a flavor of what it might be like.
Number 1, if you roll a 1, it's just married your sweetheart. Number 4 is starting your dream job. So tragic twist, it's and actually one of the options is 2 days from retirement. Those little cop movies, and it's he was 2 days from retirement. So that kind of thing.
Charles, so if you could roll for your heroic demeanor, please.
My heroic demeanor is saintly.
You are saintly.
I rolled a 1.
Your superpower base.
I rolled a 2, so I have magical powers.
All right.
Would you like to keep that, or would you like to roll again?
Oh, I think I'd like to keep it.
And Charles, please roll for your tragic twist, but keep it a secret. Charlie, your demeanor is?
Jokey.
Jokey. Okay, your
Nice.
superpower base is?
Actually, I just have a gun.
That is my favorite one.
I was super hoping I would get that. All right.
So no superpowers, you just have a gun.
I just have a gun, and I really like to joke around.
Roll for your tragic twist. So we have a saintly magic user, an aggressive magic user, and a joker who just has a gun. Rebecca, what is your character's name?
Well, Jack, my character's name is the Rancher Junior.
Oh, no.
I'm the rootinest, tootinest, yeehaw cowpoke, and all of Tejas.
To find out why this is hilarious, please listen to the Spider Day episode of Critical Bits. Charles, what is your character's name?
No. Rebecca, can you vamp for 5 more minutes while I come up with a name?
All right, I'm
Yeah, oh man.
She's doing it,
name.
folks.
I'm an old cowhand on the Rio Grande. Yeehaw, 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 yeehaw.
Great. Keep it going.
I'm an old cowhand on the Rio Grande.
Charlie, I hope you're thinking as well.
I'm trying.
yeehaw.
Okay. I have consulted.
I like to rustle and rope some cows, and I like to put a little doily on their head. I like to rope them up, give them a little smoochy smooch. They're my little friends.
What was I doing again?
Hello?
Charlie, you are.
Give me one second.
I'm an old cowhand.
Just 1 second.
I like to rope and rustle up my cows, and I
And
like
Rebecca,
to
you wanted to do this without editing.
give him a little kissy kiss.
Jack, if you edit out a single note, I will disown you as a coward.
I like to go play poker at the bar, but it's not high stakes, it's low stakes. We play for snacks. And guns are not allowed at the saloon, and all the drinks are root beer.
Hero name generator. Here we go.
I'm just gonna be Mike.
All right.
I just
mean,
have a
you just
gun,
have a
and I'm
gun.
just
Yeah,
happy to
that's
be here. There's a spider, and I just came running out with my gun. Thought I'd help.
What kind of gun is it?
It's like a old hunting rifle.
You know what? This superhero name generator allowed me to put in an adjective to describe my character, so I put in saintly, and it gave me good woman. So we're rolling with good woman.
The way that this game works is whenever you do something heroic, you roll a d8. I roll 2d8, and I take the higher result. If your roll, because it's a really big spider, if your roll is equal to or over my roll, you succeed. If it is below my roll, you mark a failure. You get 3 failures. At any point during the fight, you may choose to reveal your tragic twist to a teammate to guarantee a success on your next or current action. However, on all subsequent rolls, you then have to roll 2d8 and take the lower result. I need to work out exactly what attacks this spider has. So I get 2 primary attacks and 1 super secret ultimate attack. That is a 4, which means I have urticating hairs. Excuse me, while I absolutely am not just Googling what the hell that means. It's like stinging. I sting. I am a stinging spider. For my second roll, I got a 6, which means that I burrow traps. And now I get to roll for my super secret ultimate attack. Whenever one of you does something heroic, that is when we each roll. So I roll 2d8, you roll 1d8. If you win, I get to put a mark on my ultimate counter. Once my ultimate counter reaches 8, that is when you will discover my super secret ultimate attack. So, on an average Wednesday in Heavendale, what are y'all doing?
Praying.
Well, I'm in my Ford F-150, and I'm driving through town in my truck, and it's got those like mud flaps on, but it's not like a sexy drawing on the mud flaps, because Rancher Jr., he's not about that, that sexist, misogynistic life, he's not about that. He's driving, he's blasting, country singer. And
a popular country singer.
Popular country singer that's,
named
playing
by the
on
same
the
person
radio.
who named Good Woman.
I was trying to name one really quickly, but
Garth Brooks,
vanished from my
classic.
head. Yes, that one.
Classic Garth Brooks. Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Anyway, he's singing along and he's driving through town, and he comes to a red light, And he's just he's idling at the red light, singing along to Garth Brooks.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and say that this red light is directly outside of the church in which Good Woman is praying.
Waiting around in the church in case anybody wants to come in and tell things through. You know, you gotta help folks out.
It's
the only
wholesome.
good thing to do.
It's a
Yeah,
wholesome way
It's
to
very
be.
wholesome. But like in a way that's almost slightly obnoxious.
Oh, Rebecca, I have one very important question about your truck.
Mm-hmm.
You got nuts on that bad boy?
No, because like I told you, Rancher Jr. ain't about that misogynistic creepo life.
Rancher Jr. might have nuts on the truck, but they be inside like
They be inside the engine.
sensible underwear, and then like a pair of like smart truck trousers.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like nuts and bolts.
Oh, yeah,
the
that
truck
would-
does have those, but
would
not
be-
like
If
That's
them
good.
saucy.
It kind of needs this.
If a truck wore jeans, would it wear them like this?
Oh god.
Trick
Charlie.
question.
It's
a trick. That's a trick question.
Because trucks don't wear pants.
No, I had no ending to that joke.
The best thing is, for as long as you keep up the accent, literally anything is a punchline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, where's Mike?
I'm just working at my like middle management tech job in a skyscraper nearby, and like it's just kind of thinking of going home for a nice long lunch. And there's just a really, really loud noise and lots of people screaming. Not really sure what's going on.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Why do you have an old hunting rifle in your tech job in the skyscraper?
Because you know, like that kind of like bro
This America,
culture
baby.
where people go like golfing together. Well, my manager likes to go hunting together after work,
Oh, cool.
and I just had to bring it to the office because I don't have time to go all the way back home.
You know, just the traditional Wednesday night hunt.
Just the traditional Wednesday night hunt, yeah.
Just the usual Wednesday night hunt that
Yeah.
everyone in Heavendale goes on every
Oh,
Wednesday.
yeah.
Do you hunt?
There's no one in the town on a Wednesday evening. That's it. They're
Oh,
all
no,
out in the
definitely
forest.
not.
I want to establish some levels of expertise here. Do you hunt like regular sized spiders or anything?
No. I go to like a firing range or something. I don't kill
I see.
animals, but I
Okay.
do it every Wednesday. So
Okay. So
I mean, the irony is because literally everyone in town is doing the Wednesday night hunt, the city becomes flooded with animals because that's the safest place for them to be.
that
maybe
is
that's why
ironic.
the giant spider's here.
Oh dang! It just showed up. It just
What
showed up.
giant spider?
It just showed
We're
up.
not there yet.
Well,
Cool your your horse jets.
Hey,
Charlie, you
Yes.
are at work and
Uh-huh.
the fire alarm in your building goes off.
Oh damn.
You have to leave the building, grabbing your trusty hunting rifle as you go. As you step out onto the street, you see that the reason that the fire alarm has gone off is because the building has been just nicked, just a tiny little bit nicked by a big ass spider leg. I'm just going to go ahead and say for the sake of ease that this office block is directly opposite the church in which Good Woman is, and the traffic lights where Rancher Jr. is. Because you know what? It's a one-page RPG. Exposition isn't the big part of this. So, Rebecca, in your rear view mirror, you see a big spider.
Well, I'm rooting to declare that's a giant spider.
What is your first reaction to seeing a giant spider?
Well, I open the glove compartment and I take out my cowboy hat because my mother instilled in me politeness, and anytime you're indoors, you do not wear a hat indoors, and that includes in your car, in your Ford F-150. So I get my cowboy hat and I step out of my vehicle and I put on my cowboy hat. And
Excellent.
and then out of my hand, almost like magic, a lasso appears.
Good Woman, outside, you hear commotion, you hear screaming, you hear shouting, and you hear the unmistakable sound of a big spider leg. Bristling.
My immediate instinct is that people are suffering outside and they need salvation.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up and I don't run, but I walk with an unbelievably efficient briskness to the door in a perfectly smooth stride, in a way that conveys pure goodness to the door and look outside. I'm leaning into this. I've decided, right, okay, so the name is Good Woman. I've decided that everything she does is going to just convey a general sense of good, and her catchphrase is just going to be the word good.
Excellent. In fact, there's just someone out on the street who just looks over at the church as you're walking down and goes, "Wow, I've never seen a walk so good. I've never seen a walk which just portrays the aura of goodness before."
Okay, and then I look over at that person and just sort of, because I feel them appreciate the goodness, and I just sort of like place my hands together and nod at them. And just for a second, just for like a fraction of a second, they swear to God they could hear a choir of angels.
Charlie, what's your first reaction to seeing the big spider and these two people step up?
Naturally, I do say a lot of swears, which I won't repeat here.
Good.
Of course, this is a family-friendly Minecraft RPG
Christian
stream.
Minecraft.
And then I look and I see just like this, just a really good woman, and this cowboy with like a lasso that appeared out of thin air, and I'm pretty sure that like the shock of the giant spider has gotten to me somehow. Because that doesn't seem real. But I do have a gun, and I know that works. So I run over to them, assuming that, they're gonna try something, probably something real weird, like by the looks of them. But I can back them up.
Yeehaw! I'm casting a spell, and I'm making your gun way better. It is no longer an old hunting rifle. It is now a G18 729 Uzi Buckaroo.
Well, I don't even know what that is, but it looks
It's
really
the best
complicated
ding-dang gun in this side of the Rio Grande.
And it's very large.
Yeehaw! And then I like woo, hoot and holler and like wave my hat around.
I kind of awkwardly lift my gun up to acknowledge that you have done this.
Whoa, cowpoke!
It's very heavy.
First rule of gun safety is never point a gun.
Oh, I'm not pointing
want.
it at you, don't worry.
Okay, just be careful. Be careful, cowpoke.
First rule of gun safety is never point a gun.
Yes.
Never point it.
Just never point a gun. Destroy all of them. I don't use guns. I don't like them.
While the two of you are talking, a giant spider leg comes and steps on your beloved Ford F-150.
Oh, my beloved Ford F-150! Oh, ding dang! I forgot about that ding dang, my old spider. I'm starting to talk like Boomhauer. The old bing ding dang spider man. I want to roll some dice, one die or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get my lasso that is made of psionic energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try to lasso the spider leg.
The giant spider leg. You wanna just get that lasso right round it.
I want to try get that lasso right up on there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
Roll one
roll a
D8. I roll the 4.
Okay, so I roll 2d8 and I take the higher result. I got a 7.
Oh golly, I got Mark 1. failure.
So you mark one
Mark as a
failure. And here's how that failure plays out. You get your psionic lasso and you try and wrap it round the spider leg, and you do succeed. Except all that succeeds in happening is that the spider leg then moves and carries you along with it. The spider leg moves dangerously close to the church.
Lordy up above, if you're up there, Jesus Christ.
So here we are. You are now dangling from the spider leg which is covered in horrible stinging hairs.
Ow!
Good woman, what do you do?
Okay, so good woman's instinct here, I think, would be to... Obviously, she's very concerned about her precious church, but the needs of the needy supersede the needs of material objects.
Okay,
so,
don't get us sued by Star Trek now.
So what good woman does is looks up at the situation and assesses that if Rancher Junior were to perish or come to any harm here, that would not be good. So using her saintly magic powers, she is going to cast a protection spell on Rancher Junior to stop Rancher Junior from coming to any harm.
So you're trying to cast a protection spell on Rancher Junior while Rancher Junior is currently suffering from the effects of the stingy, horrible spider legs.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how this resolves, but I got a 4.
I got 5.
We're just fun bunching it, huh? Once again, that's another joke that you would only understand if you listen to Critical Bits. That is at Critical Bitcast on Twitter.
Yeah, TM.
And
to them.
Wherever all fine podcasts are sold. Check it out.
So good woman, you mark a failure on your failure counter.
It's 1 failure.
And what happens is you succeed in casting the protection spell. You create a bubble around Rancher Junior. Unfortunately, what this does is it severs the connection of the lasso.
Oh, my lasso!
That's the opposite of what I...
And drops Rancher Junior to the ground. They do bounce. It's okay.
I'm alive.
But now they are in a bubble with a couple of those spider hairs just in the bubble with them, just being generally very irritating.
Ow!
We come to Mike. Mike, what are you doing while all this is going on?
Well, I think I'm going to shoot the spider.
Okay.
Just fucking shoot it.
I mean, that seems like a perfectly valid plan of attack.
So I hoist this huge, giant, very huge, big, gigantic gun and aim it very carefully at the spider leg and just shoot. I'm kind of trying until I run out of ammo, but it doesn't really seem to be running out of ammo.
Huh.
Yeah, that's my magic spell.
Magic guns. Okay.
If this situation weren't so dire, I'd say don't even use it. But since the situation is rather dire, I say, yeehaw, go tell cowpoke, woohoo!
I can't hear anything you say because this gun is so huge.
And
loud.
Is that a gun?
Oh no, I got a 2.
Oh, and I got a 3. I got a bad roll. You got a worse roll. So okay, so you mark a failure.
Yeah.
And I think you just start unloading this gun into the spider's leg, and from up above you hear this weird guttural cry that you've never heard before because spiders don't make noise, but this one does because it's a giant spider. And all that you have succeeded in doing is really pissing it off. So
no.
This, what this spider is going to do is it's going to swing its leg at you and try and knock you into one of the burrow traps that it made by smashing a hole into the tarmac and creating a sinkhole. What do you do? What does anybody do?
Watch out for that orphanage across the street next to the church.
Yeah, there's the Waifs and Strays orphanage just next to the church, and this spider leg is swinging both towards Mike and the orphanage. And if you were to look inside the windows of the orphanage, you would just see lots of dirty-faced small children, all just sort of going, "Oh, it's the first day. It's the first day in 2 years that we've had lovely food today, and everything has been wonderful, and we've slept soundly, and there have been no problems. Perhaps things will be okay after all." And this giant spider leg.
Well, buckaroos, no!
So Mike is currently sort of...
Mike is in danger.
Yeah, I'm flying through the air a little bit, but I carefully remove my finger from the trigger, and as I look over at the orphanage that the spider leg is tragically swinging towards, I see all of these dirty faces in the window, and I think, wow, they're not taking very good care of those kids.
That's good. If you are in mortal danger, one of the best things to do is editorialize. Either of the two people who actually have magic powers going to try and step in to help?
Yeah, I guess I'll try and do the protective thing on the orphanage.
Another protective bubble, because the last one went super well.
I mean, yeah.
Give me that roll.
Let's do that roll. It's another 4.
I got a 6.
Oh my god.
Oof.
We're all gonna die sooner than we thought we would.
So, Charles, you mark a second failure. I don't even have one tick on my ultimate counter yet, and you're all nearly dead.
Yes. This is a squash match.
Just be like that on this B of an E.
So what happens is you cast the heal spell, but you sort of miss because the spider leg is moving so fast. You actually cast it on the spider leg. So what that does is it has a dual effect. First of all, you cause Mike to fly off and go skittering.
Oh no, little guy, little dude.
And go skittering across the road. And then when the spider leg does strike the orphanage, it has the added bonus to the spider of causing the spider really no injury whatsoever. All the orphans are dead, but the spider's fine.
Oh god!
Wow.
At least they were spared the future carnage and the climate change in 15 years. At least they'll never have to witness that. They'll never have to witness the hyper conglomerization of, monopolies and, And he and Rancher Jr. is just like sobbing, like in his bubble.
The bubble, which is just slowly filling up with tears.
Yeah. And there's like no air, I don't think, coming in. So he's like slowly
Oh Lord.
choking to death, I think.
I'd say Rancher Jr., what do you want to do?
Well, Rancher Jr., I'm gonna wipe my tears because they're in a better place now, and I point at what's her face, church lady. So you get it, right? They're in a better place, right? Right. I need you to verbalize. Yes, that they are in a better place now.
No, like puts her hands together and kind of nods somberly. Single tear.
Right.
Down
I'll
the
take
cheek.
it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Take it. So I'm gonna try to break free. I'm gonna try to get out of this protective bubble.
Are you like high up in the air in this bubble? I forget.
No, I bounced on the
Okay.
ground. I'm
Oh yeah,
safe
you did, of course.
in a bubble. And it's
So-
slowly filling up with my tears.
So you're going to try and break out of the bubble.
I'm gonna try to break out of the bubble. And
How?
with my magic.
With your magic.
My magic. And I don't know like how much I can do aside from this. Like if I can take like a double action, try to like lasso the spider again.
So you want to break out and you want to try and lasso the spider.
Yeah, like I don't know, like if you're running this world. You're like,
I'll let you do that.
I rolled another 5.
Oh, I rolled an 8.
Oh, you're
That is, it
kidding me.
literally doesn't get any better than that. So
That is my second
that is your second failure. So
failure.
what happens here is you are like, right, I'm really gonna just go and try and break out of this here bubble, and you whip that lasso around, and all you do is just hit yourself in the face with it.
Ouch!
Although now you are wearing it kind of like a cool sort of 80s sweatband.
My lasso?
Yeah.
There's always a silver lining.
It hit you in the face, but then like wrapped around the top of your head.
Oh, I look. Well, the kids are saying,
The kids aren't saying anything anymore because they all just
they are in a better place.
in a better place. Yeah.
Mike,
All right, well,
you have just been careened across the road.
yeah, Mike is like semi-conscious. I don't have any magical powers. Like, I just got thrown by a giant spider leg and I was carrying a heavy gun, and I'm kind of like, I'm in bad shape. And I'm not yet aware that the orphans have perished because I've just been like trying to physically get up off the ground. How close is the spider leg to me now?
I would say it's maybe 10 feet away.
I think I'm going to try to shoot it again.
Okay, that sounds like a reasonable plan for someone whose
But,
power
like-
is that they have a gun.
From the ground because I can't stand up.
Okay, give me that roll.
I got a 2.
Well, I got a 5.
Ouch! I'm not very good with this gun, am I?
So, Charlie, please mark your second failure.
All right.
So that's now everyone on their second failure, which means
Yes.
you are
That's
all
nice.
on your last legs, which is perfect.
And meanwhile, the spider still has all 8.
Yep. Spider's on his first leg.
Spider's on
Yeah.
all 8 of its weight.
So yeah, you get this just huge gun, and you point it at the spider and start shooting again, and you get a couple of shots off on it, but just the size of the gun, it literally pushes you back along the floor, and you fall into the pit trap
No.
that it had set earlier. So now you are in a sinkhole. It's only about sort of 6 feet deep. So like you aren't completely stuck in there unless your name is Ryan North, in which case you can't possibly get out of it.
Oh my
that
god.
size.
Oh my god.
Good woman.
So, good woman looks around and sees her multiple failures manifest before her weeping eyes, and assesses that this can't continue. We must do more here. Good woman can't let this day be her failure. She has so much more good to do, so many more souls to save. Because you see, to reveal her tragic twist, she just moved to Heavendale. There's so much more to be done. And as such, fuck, I really should have thought what I wanted to do before I did that. She is going to attempt to compel using a holy force, compel the spider to cease its path of destruction and remain still, so she can then, I don't know, try and talk to it or something. But first, just try and make it stop. Just like freeze where it is.
Okay, so because you revealed your tragic twist, you get an automatic success on that.
Oh yeah, huh.
Which what does that look like? So okay, so this spider is raising its leg and it's heading over towards the church, because if there's one thing that spiders hate more than orphans, it's organized religion. And as it's about to bring the leg down, it just feels this wash of calm, and it slowly lowers the leg down next to you, and then it moves its face down very, very close to yours. It's a very big spider face, Charles. It's very big, but it moves it down very, very close to you, and it just goes. What do you want to say to it?
Tell her she's pretty.
Listen, you beautiful creature of God. This destruction cannot proceed. I must ask, why is there such anger in your heart?
The spider looks at you, and you swear that you can see pain in its eyes. And it just goes.
This is supposed to be a serious moment, and here I am giggling.
And,
okay.
you know, you can't speak spider, unfortunately,
No.
so you've got absolutely no idea what the problem is. So is there anything that Rancher Jr. would like to do while the spider is distracted and possibly a bit sad?
Yeah, yeehaw, I'd love to break free and then try to lasso up onto its neck and ride it like a bronco.
Okay.
And I'd like to roll some dice here.
Okay, go for it. What do you got?
I rolled a 6.
You succeed.
Yeehaw!
So what happens
First
is,
organic success.
yeah, while this spider is distracted by good woman, you burst out of this protective bubble. You whip that lasso around, and because the spider's head is so low down to the ground, while it's just making weird noises, good woman, you leap on top of it, and suddenly you have this thing in reins, and you are now riding a giant spider.
Yeehaw!
Mike, do you have any thoughts about this turn of events?
I can't see what's happening. So no, I don't even know that the orphans are dead. I'm just in a hole.
What would you like to do about that?
Try to get out, I think.
Okay, I think you can just clamber out of the hole. I think that's fine. So you
all right.
You clamber out of the hole, and you are confronted with this visage of Rancher Jr. riding atop this giant spider. Who this has obviously only just happened, but the spider is, you know that look that someone gets on their face where they just sort of are going, wait a fucking minute. That is the look on the spider's face right now.
Well, first of all, I'm going to pick up my gun because I dropped it. It's very heavy. And then I think, I don't know, something emotional seems to be happening just from the look on Goodwoman's face.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm overcome with emotion too. And I'm just going to yell out the name of my sweetheart who I just married.
Ah. And what's your sweetheart's name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. That's a very
Congratulations on your nuptials.
Thank you. And I say something like, telling her to remember me fondly if I die. And then I shoot the spider again.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so you have this power which is given to you by the pureness of your love for your dear Elizabeth and your desire to see her again, because you know that if anything happens to you, it would just destroy her. So you fire at this spider and you get some good hits in, and this spider's leg is, you're getting some weird, how that spiders have like weird clear blood. You're getting that out of the spider.
Gross.
I didn't know that, but
I didn't know that either. I didn't want to.
I mean, it's really kind of more like hydraulic fluid than blood, but
as this
the
happens,
whole
I'm thinking
bug
that
thing.
I'm probably not going to tell Elizabeth about that particular part. 'Cause she doesn't really like spiders. That might freak her out.
So because of this, the spider rears up, and Rancher Jr. is now atop this spider like a bucking bronco, which I suspect that Rancher Jr. has plenty of experience with.
Riding spiders? Yes, actually.
Good woman, your wonderful plan to calm the spider has been foiled by a mixture of rodeo and bullets.
as so often. Good woman.
I mean, really, that's just the history of the United States.
Yeah. Good woman is from abroad and is aghast at these American traditions. But is there a part of the leg I can touch without me getting hurt, or is it coated?
Well, I mean, that depends on your role.
Okay,
what do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do.
I'm going to place a hand on the spider's leg and try and imbue it with a sense of peaceful spirituality to try and calm it, with the intent that maybe if I calm it down enough, maybe Rancher Jr. will just be able to ride it peacefully out of town.
Give me a roll.
I gotta do
2d8, and you got to take the lowest.
So I got an 8 and a 2.
I got a 1 and an 8. So, so here is what happens. You have just marked your third failure. You get to describe your own devastating but heroic demise at the legs of the giant spider.
So
be as dramatic as you can manage, and be sure to leave as much destruction in the wake as possible.
I reach my hand out and touch the spider's leg, and I feel like the spider feels this, and it's hurting me. It's hurting my hand. Obviously, I'm taking damage here, but my hand stays firm on the spider's leg, shaking with the pain, but firm there and immovable. The spider feels the sense of calm coming through it, but then remembers what happened the last time. It's been hurt too much. It can't trust anymore. It flicks its leg and sends me flying through the church, crashing through the stained glass window.
Oh no!
And landing on the. This is gonna get me in so much trouble with my religious parents. Landing on the slammed into the cross at the back of the church. Through the back wall. On the cross, cutting a streak across town, taking down buildings, and causing destruction to the city's infrastructure in a perfect straight line back across the town. As this straight line back across the town gets to a certain point, sort of like 3/4 up where it ends up finishing, it causes this fissure at a 90-degree angle. So we get this huge crucifix shape. I'm such a dick.
I mean, that is certainly plenty of destruction.
The infrastructure of the town is devastated, and Good Woman comes to a rest, falls off the cross because that can't be her final resting place. That'd be too much, capital T, capital M, and she looks up to the sky and says, "I only wish that I could have done more good."
Amazing.
Charles, what the
Absolutely
fuck?
amazing.
Listen, Jack said be dramatic.
All right,
I
Jack
mean,
said
that
be
was
ridiculous.
dramatic. Now,
I would like
just-
to apologise to my Christian friends and family.
Just,
and in
just
that
quick-
spot, 15 years later, is where they built the pancake hutch.
So, okay, so you have just seen a good woman just be obliterated by this spider.
She just vanished. I don't know where she went.
Yeah. So, what are you going to do?
I'm thinking I have, limited options here, being that I just have a gun.
You just have a gun, yeah.
So I am going to run towards the spider,
Mhm.
sort of expecting the worst because it just killed someone right in front of me.
Mhm.
But
you don't even know about the orphans.
I don't even know about the orphans. There's just like a destroyed building off to the side. And I'm going to, carefully avoiding Rancher Jr. I'm going to shoot it again.
Okay, cool. So, give me a roll.
Oof. Okay. Guess what I got? It's
What
a
did
2.
you get? It's a 2. Okay. I got a 3. Which
Oof,
means
okay.
that this is your third failure. So you now get to describe your devastating but heroic demise.
All right. So
See if you can beat that.
Yeah, I've set a bar.
I won't, but that's okay. So I lift up my giant gun and I aim it at the spider and I just, fill it with bullets. And it sort of turns and looks at me and shakes really, really hard, like with its legs going everywhere. And it just destroys like every building in the vicinity. And then it takes one leg and flicks me and I go flying also. And so far down the street that I land right in the doorway of the building where my wife has just walked out into the street. And she sees me come to a rest at her feet with this giant, mysterious gun. And she looks into my eyes as I perish. And she looks at the spider and she picks up the gun and says, "I'll avenge you."
Amazing. Rancher Jr., you still rodeoing this spider, have just seen it
Yeehaw!
obliterate the other 2 people
Well-
that you were with. You didn't even know their names.
I didn't even know their names. Well, I'm gonna try to lasso it even like I'm gonna try to choke out the spider.
You gonna try to choke out the spider?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me a roll for spider garrotting.
All right. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 5. You just
Yeehaw!
marked your third.
It's my
failure.
third
Oh my
fail.
god.
So, it's your turn. It's your turn, Rancher Jr.
My time to shine and die. Well, here's what happens to Rancher Jr. Rancher Jr., he takes one look at the skyline and he says, "Now that's a beautiful sunset." And he looks into the spider's multiple eyes. How many eyes do spiders have? Like 8 or like a lot?
Just a whole
Just
mess
a
of
whole-
eyes.
Just a whole mess of eyes. And Rancher Jr. looks in those eyes and he says, "You're the biggest bucking bronco I ever have the honor of riding. It has been an honor and a pleasure. But I think it is time for me to go. Like the cowboys of yesteryear, out to pasture." And he attempts to garrot however the hell you say it. He tries to choke out the spider, but instead, he has a heart attack and he just kills it. And he falls off the spider and lands in a heap. And he died before he hit the ground. So, and that is the end of Rancher Junior.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
And so
And so on.
And so all three of our heroes are defeated, which means that the spider is free to continue its reign of terror on Heavendale. It's already destroyed entire city blocks thanks to just this one interaction. But somewhere on the horizon, something happens. Just as the spider is heading towards the bigger, better, shinier, healthier, much less dirty orphanage. The one with all the kids people actually care about. That's the worst joke I've ever made. A huge shadow is cast over the town. And the giant spider is attacked and eaten by a second bigger spider.
Oh my god.
And you know what? He's pretty pissed off about it.
I did not see that coming.
Nope.
No, none of us did. It's not even. It's not in the rule book or anything.
No.
The rule book is 2 pages. This has been The Story of Spider Day, which is a D8 game about dying horribly in a losing battle against a giant spider. It's by Tori, Sheldon, and Ruiz. It's a 2-page RPG, and I think we can all agree that it is ridiculous and a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that was great.
The Story of Spider Day is the story
I'll
of
take
Spider
it from
Day.
here.
Okay.
The Story of Spider Day is based on the new hit podcast, Critical Bits, at Critical Bitcast on Twitter. Check them out. And where all fine podcasts are sold. It's the mask system. It's very good. It's very great. It's fun. There's a lot of body horror. Watch out. But you should listen to it.
Spider Day itself, April 17th, is the center of a charity drive that Critical Bits are doing. So if you wanted to throw some money towards the charity that they're supporting, then that would be really cool. You can even buy a Spider Day memorial t-shirt designed by our very own Rebecca.
That's me.
It's real good. For now, I have been Jack. We have had here Charles.
Hi. Yeah. Bye.
You don't get a second go. With Rebecca.
Visit spiderday.com for more information.
And Charlie.
Thanks for having me. This was really fun.
And thank you for listening.
Thanks.
Deuces.